Hello everyone and welcome to Low Rent Rick Scale Modelling. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. It really helps my little channel out. What I've got for you here is the unboxing of the Airfix Club 2026 Members Pack. Let's have a look what we get inside the box. The first thing we've got is the dual airplane limited edition kit, Flygvapnet. For those of you that don't know, that means Swedish Air Force. We'll have a look what's in that box at the end. We've got the 2026 metal pin badge. I've got a few of those now. I think they look great. And of course, we've got some stickers. Who doesn't love a sticker? Getting plenty of those scattered around the studio at the moment. We've got the passport. Now, this year I should have enough flying hours to be able to send off and get some kit. It's not straightforward what you need to do to get the kit that you want, so I'm going to be doing a video about that. The do not disturb sign for the door to your studio, it says welcome on one side. I don't know what that's all about, but it does say do not disturb modelling and progress on the other side, so I don't think it's going to get turned around very much. We've got the pitot tube tag, the keyring Flygvapnet. These are really cool. I like these. To go on your keys there to let everyone know that you're a bit of a glue sniffer. And we've got the information sheet on the two planes within the box. So the two models that we get are the de Havilland SK11 Alpha, or which is the DH82 Alpha Tiger Moth, and the Saab 37 Viggen. I bought a Saab last year. Best car I've ever had, and now they don't make them anymore. So let's have a more detailed look at the kits inside the box and what sort of condition they're in. The first thing I notice on these club kits is you don't seem to get a flying hour on them. I don't think it would have hurt Airfix too much to include a flying hour on the actual box for your 30 quid. Just my opinion. If you agree, drop into the comments. I don't think it would have bothered them much just to put an extra flying hour on there. Come on, Airfix. Anyway, enough of that. Inside the box is the two kits, and the first thing that stands out is the Tiger Moth is in bright yellow plastic. An unusual choice. Reminds me of the Airfix Stevenson's rocket. That'll probably be difficult to cover. The good priming's needed there. And the Viggen is in the red plastic, the same as the red arrows. The instructions don't feel like there's two kits worth in there, so I'm guessing these are quite easy builds. I did notice reading the information sheet that the Viggen is finished in a gloss red, so we'll be getting some gloss varnish on that one. There's not a lot of decals to worry about. I'm glad the ghosties are decals because they'd have been incredibly difficult to paint and get right. It's not an overly difficult set of decals on there. You can't really make out on the camera, but it does have the show must go on, which goes down the sides of the Viggen. And the yellow and blue tail decals for the Tiger Moth, which I'm going to have to try and match that yellow. So it might be that I paint those on once I've found which yellow I'm going to use. Back to the instructions, really quite basic. There's not a lot to worry about here. They do include a map on this page if you want to do some control wires and some rigging. I've not done much rigging myself, so I think it's really cool that they've included a plan for doing that, so I'll be following that and having a go at the rigging myself. And there's a shot of the paint scheme for the Tiger Moth. It's going to be a little challenge. It's not a very big plane, as we know. In 1/72 scale, it's actually quite small. So there's an opportunity there to practice a bit of masking to get that right. The instructions for the Viggen are literally 2 pages. It's not a difficult build at all. I think there's a lot of emphasis put on getting this paint scheme right and getting the glossing right. As you can see, it's a lovely looking piece of kit. If I can get the red correct and the decals put on nicely and then the gloss built up, it should look quite stunning. So let's have a look at the condition of the actual kit, the sprues themselves. So the first thing I notice, even through the bag, apart from the garish colour, is the plastic feels a little brittle. Not the usual stuff that I'm used to. Maybe an old mixture. If anyone's got any information on this kit, please do drop it in the comments for everybody else. Any of the experts out there in the ether. It looks reasonably good condition. There's a few little rough edges, but nothing too worrying. The parts themselves, there's not many of them. It's a small little kit. It'll make it very challenging to paint, but it's nice to see that it comes with a couple of tiny pilots. A bit of practice with the new detail brushes that I've bought. Onto the vegan, and the plastic feels the same. Now again, I don't know if this is like an old mixture or an old recipe for the plastic, but it feels kind of brittle, kind of old. Maybe it's just a little bit of bias sneaking in, but what I do notice is there's some very rough edges around the cockpit, around the backs of the sprues, and around the edges. They're a little bit rough. I don't know if you can make that out on the camera. There's a little bit of flash around there, so a bit of cleaning up to do. It's probably a very old kit that they've simply reissued. Again, any of the experts, put some information in the comments for us all. It doesn't look like a complex kit, but there will be some work to be done, and even though it is in red, I think it may have to take a bit of priming to cover up some of these mistakes and some of these little marks that are there. It doesn't feel like it's got any residue on it like some of the old kits do, although I've never ever washed a sprue in all the hundreds of models that I've built. A good selection of weapons. Again, there's quite a bit of flash knocking about, and some really rough edges, especially the tip there. The tip of the nose cone's kind of flattened, so it's going to take a bit of shaping. There's quite a bit of work to be done here to make this nice and neat. Not really what I was expecting, but it's 30 quid. You get 2 models, you get all those bits of gumph, and you get a 10% discount for the year. So for me, I think it's still good quality, and a good bit of extra work in a model can only make my skills a little bit better. Thank you for joining me for this video of the unboxing of the 2026 Airfix Club welcome kit. Please consider subscribing. I hope you found some information that was useful in there, and if you've got some information for us, please do drop it in the comments. I'm going to try and get to building these within the next week or so, but I've got a Panzer that's coming out first, which I'm looking forward to. I've done a few planes recently, so it'll be nice to be getting on with the tank. Thank you very much for joining me. Please take a look at our Facebook group, Scale Modelling for Everyone. I would be happy to see you there and happy to have your work shared. We've got about 3,500 members there now. I'll see you again in the next video.